Oh, that's all I need to know.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. So now my question is this. So when we're looking at deductions and liabilities, same situation.
Yep.
So what I did is, so this is Craft Master. So for dues and vacation, health and welfare, what it is for overtime and double time, it's going to be factored in the same 1.5. Do I have to go and set up do I have to set up multiple variable lines for it to pull at the different rate?
For the 1 and the 2 factors?
For the overtime and double time, for the deduction side of it. So you kind of have the earnings, so they get it paid. Now it kind of has to
It has to
deduct
pull
at
out
the
at
same
exactly the same level.
way.
Yeah. So,
Deductions and liabilities.
yeah, so those things have to also be.
So I would have to
And do
have,
me a favor, come back down here and I'll show you exactly why. So go to the viewer over there. Okay, so I would expect that your,
see, if you look here,
These-
here's your vacation,
these are-
220 and 66. Right now, it's only deducting $22, which is how I set it up, similar to the first go-around when we did. So what I have to do is I have to set it up similar to the earnings.
they're really
Earning
in-outs, aren't they?
Yes.
They're going in so you can tax them and be part of their taxable basis.
Taxable income,
comes
and then
out
it comes
Because
out.
you're gonna remit
then
it to
you-
the union periodically
Every
as part
month.
of those funds, et
Yes.
cetera, as part of your
Yes,
union remittance.
yes.
So I would expect that 220, 66, and 57 to be sitting right over there.
The 220 and the 66, yes.
And the
Yes,
assessment. And
yes, the assessment's there, but,
Okay.
yes.
So let's look at the 205 setup. And so we're gonna have to go through each of those meticulously. So let's go back to your craft class, please.
Well, the 205 is going to be a straight, so the union assessment I think is fine. It's the vacation and dues now.
Okay, so let's look at that. Perfect.
So
Okay. So just go to 201, up the top, hit F5. Nice thing about that, it'll take you straight to the setup of that thing. Okay. So now we've got it as a variable factored rate, and that is correct. But now we got to set up that variable factored rate. So let's go hit your scroller. Is it 202, the next one?
that's the factor.
Uh,
So
you can-
if you
what
were,
was the other one? It was 20.
well, it was dues. So dues, we have straight and variable. And then vacation, we have factored, straight, and variable. Because we do have unions who do basically for overtime, they get time and a half on
Okay.
vacation,
Makes sense.
double time on.
So cancel out of there. Just want to see how that was set up. So hit your add-on earnings tab for just a sec so I can see that one more time. So I've got union, and that's my VVV for variable. So let's hit by deduction liabilities. So now let's go to
So
the
this
top
one-
one.
So this is the vacation equivalent.
Okay.
So
the
we would have
one-
to do this at a 1.
No, but you can't change the primary keys.
Okay.
But we can change that over there from 550 to 825, because that one already exists. Now go to the bottom, do 204, and this will be 1, and then that's your 550. Then I unfortunately got to go to 204, 2 to make sure that's 825 as well. Hit save, and then just sort those into the DL code so you can see how it look like. Okay, so in this situation, you'd have those set up.
So then with dues, if it's the same situation, I'd have to do
1,
1.
and that would actually be the $1.10, correct? And then 718.
Two.
Two.
And then that's gonna be 110, that's gonna be,
1.5. What is
half
that?
of that is 55 cents.
175?
Well, it's 55 plus that, correct?
Okay, 165.
So let's go up, so hit save, and it'll sort back in there. Now go to the overtime one, which is the very top one, and bump that into 165. So anything that's,
And a 1, right? Or no, that's 1.5, that's right.
there you go, cool, so that makes sense. So now, come to Vista down here. Process. So the nice thing about having that button, I can go in and process, it looks for the changes in the setup and
So
reprocess.
for those, you only have to do that to the craft master, not all the individual classes now, right, Margaret?
It just depends.
Except
have
for
to
the
go
ones where
back.
you have to override in the classes, right? Because you said you went through all the classes, but really the master, the craft master, right, trickles down
The
to all
craft,
classes.
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to clean it all up,
Mhm.
and for the most part, it will be select ones that I'll have to
The
manipulate.
certain onesie twos,
Yeah.
yeah, where it's an override.
Okay, so,
My vacation, union vacation, why is it 275?
instead of 286.
286.
And I would only have to manually, because this dues amount here is, so it's 110 times 40, and then 165 on both of those. I can't do that in my head.
Why didn't only do each one once instead of twice like the 18?
10, so that's 44, and then 65. 65 plus 44. That's not right. And that's not right. I have that right, correct? Oh, wait a second, 8, hold on a second, sorry. 8 times 1.65 plus 44. Still not good. No.
Okay, let's go up my union setup one more time here. Let's go to my craft master. Okay, now here's a nice feature, skinny this up for just a sec. Okay, yep, and then pull that to the right. Let's go and grab it up for the second time.
Actually.
Oh, actually, I know what the problem
Actually, you know
might be.
what,
The craft class is messing us up, so let's go clear the craft class.
No, well, and the other thing is that the rate for the dues, I'll have to calculate differently, because it's basically, it's a percentage of the total fringe package. So it's 11463 times 1.35%. So it's actually 1.55 here, and then double time would be different. Okay, anyways.
So
fine.
do me a favor, come to this to here.
Okay.
Do we got craft class up there, or do we need to launch it? So, craft class right here. Okay, skinny this up too. So, so we can see it on the same screen, so pull that to your left. Okay, so let's put J over in my journeyman class over there. Okay, go to deductions and liabilities here. Okay, so we'll just skinny this up a little bit more so we can see, okay, perfect. So what's happening here is Perhaps we're overriding
Oh.
something here. Does that make sense? We were gonna clean it up here, which is messing with it. So on this one, go to whatever you got in here. So for instance, 201, we want to use that setup. Does that make sense? So highlight 201 right here. This was overriding, this buck 10 right there at the class was overriding this. So that's why you want to clean it up here. Does that make sense?
So we need to clean it up on the master
Oh, no,
side.
no, hit undo. Hit the big red X. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm deleting it at the craft class, because where do I want to maintain it?
Oh.
My
Oh,
journeyman
okay,
pulls
okay,
from
okay.
here, not from here. You're with me on that?
Yep.
Okay, so this one was messing with the calculations of what we were doing at the global level, because we'd overridden it. Come back down to this one.
I want to remove the
Yeah.
assessment.
Pretty much.
I mean, in a sense, so this is journeyman, I can actually remove all of these because they'll feed from the master.
Bingo.
Okay.
That's the best setup. That's the way to maintain it.
Yeah, change one place.
That's exactly correct.
Yeah, and that's just, I was.
Now, if you hold your shift key and go to the bottom,
Did I do that?
718,
Okay.
big red X at the last, you wanted to nail them all at one time? Ooh, yeah. Okay, so now, Vista, please, let's try this one more time. I think you're gonna like your numbers a little better. Apply data sequence controls, process. Looks to the new setup, say, hey, what happened to my craft class? And now refresh. Okay, now my 286 is the sum of those. And now my 5760, because my setup is the same. Okay, now to answer his question, why is it summarized here? The basis behind the scenes understood it, but for time cards, since this is going to print on his paycheck as earnings, it has to bust out the calculations of the net pay because of the earnings requirements on a check stub.
Gotcha.
Okay, but we want to verify that that offsets that and that offsets that, which is perfect. That those overrides, we're messing with our program there. Okay.
So I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Just because I'm going to be anal.
Sure.
So with this, will this, I guess I'm questioning whether or not I need to call it out as union vacation. I guess I do. But will it show broken like that on their actual check stub, or will it, I'm just wondering if I should condense it.
Actually, on the check stub, there's a little more room. On this crystal report, there's so much stuff going on the thing that it's truncating that little thing on this crystal report.
But if I
Check stub,
wanted
which is a different crystal report, actually has a little more field space in that thing.
Okay.
So
if I left it as is, and when we're going through the testing, we realize, you know what, it's still too long,
you can truncate
I can come into here and just change it here and save it, correct? And it'll,
That's where it's pulling from the description.
okay, I don't need to set up a whole nother, okay.
Or you can modify the crystal report and make that.
Or
feel
we
longer.
just twink that a little bit.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
that-
I
that
could
kind of-
eliminate the spaces in between the hyphen, I mean, it was
Okay.
just okay,
So,
so now I have to go and overhaul all of my,
oh, Jesus.
oh my God. I mean, at least on some of the unions, like for Local 32, there's consistency with certain things across the board. I think with 26,
Yep.
26, there's only some exceptions, so it might not be too bad. But I gotta go and clean up all my deductions and liabilities and all of that stuff anyways. But
No, and I knew you'd probably have questions about those little variable and add-on.
Well, and
Because they're a little
that's-
tricky, you know, they're just not as straightforward, okay, this, you're like, well, how can I use my variables
It's
and
definitely
my
not
add-ons?
straightforward.
no.
You know,
So can I no longer be a part of Field